Hey, everybody. Sorry, a little bit late. I hope you're all doing really well today. We're having a day, but it's okay.
We're
So,
having a day, but it's a Monday.
and there's a cute cat there
Ah,
for you all
cute.
to
Yes.
say hello to. You're like, yeah, cute.
Yeah, very cute. I always wear them like on the camera. Can you just
Of
go?
course,
No,
that's how
enough
pets.
tail. Okay, at least not the tail end. Come on. People are watching.
People are watching.
All right. There you go.
I feel that's the part though everyone's gonna want to see. Oh goodness. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to just I don't know what you'd call this, a little chat with
Yes.
Mandi and Stephanie about conventions, specifically Breakout Con. So for those who don't know, I'm Mandi and I'm here with Stephanie. Hello, Stephanie.
Hello.
Now, usually you probably see Stephanie on the channel talking about solo RPGs, other things too. She joins me from time to time on some streams, and we have an RPG coming up this week.
Yes. A
This is
very fun
exciting.
one. Yazeba. I've been looking forward to it so
Yaziba.
bad.
I know. I've been working on the backdrops and everything. So, yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. And hopefully, if everyone has fun, we can continue the chapters.
Yes.
That's the plan,
And
anyway.
I'm sure everybody will have fun. I mean, it's a bed and breakfast.
That's true. I mean, I think you can't go wrong with that. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't know. A few people in our chat like RPGs. I mean, I was just gonna play it solo. Honestly, I was like, I'll figure it out. I'll just do Yaziba's solo because I didn't know who would get to play. But it worked out that you and I and Emma and Joe are gonna be doing it on Saturday. Probably like what, an hour and a half or so, maybe a couple hours.
Yeah, probably. I'm hoping an hour and a half. It's
Yeah,
hard because we've never played it before, so I don't know how much like it's hard to gauge. But
yeah,
it's very rules light, and I think it's gonna flow really easily.
yeah. No, I'm excited. So hopefully people can join us for that. It's Monday. I think it's gonna be a little quiet tonight, but that's okay, Steph, because you and I will just chat away
That we
about
shall.
Breakout Con. So I haven't been to Breakout Con in a long time. For those who don't know, Breakout Con is in Canada, specifically in Toronto. I feel like when I say Toronto like that, it's weird. Toronto.
Yeah, you can't overthink Toronto, otherwise it gets weird.
Toronto. It sounds so weird. Toronto or Toronto by the
See?
by the time you
See?
finish with it.
Overthinking it.
Exactly. Okay. I always feel like I have to overthink it for people who don't live here, but anyway. So yes, it is in the city of Toronto, and it's a pretty. I would say it's like a big enough convention, and it's at what hotel is that? Is that the Sheraton Marriott? Which
Yeah,
one is it?
it's Sheraton. It was a Sheraton.
Sheraton Hotel. Yeah, and it's over 3 days, so it was for us it was the past weekend. The date was what is that? The 14th through the 16th, I believe, of March are the dates. I
Yes.
think it's usually those are around the dates it happens. And so staying on site is something you can do. So you can stay in the hotel, and which was what we did. And it's pretty close to any of the rooms or the main area that you want to play. So this
Yes.
was, I've been many times before, but this was Stephanie's first time. So, Steph, why don't you let us know how you felt about it?
Oh, many feelings. Okay. Well, first of all, okay, so again, I don't have huge convention experience, right? Like it was basically the
Yeah,
Toronto that we just did, and before that there was the one in Montreal. And the one in
right.
Montreal was in its first year, so it was smaller.
Hmm.
This was bigger.
Yeah,
Although like it's funny because like I don't know, like my convention knowledge, right, is like through like I don't know, like Board Game Geek and like all the discussion of like Gen Con and Essen and thing, and you're like,
right.
which are big vendor convention versus like I think most convention are mostly playing conventions. So it's like, okay, no, this is more about lying down and which is good by the way, because they want to go on a shopping spree or anything. So it was neat. I really liked the fact that we stayed in a hotel, to be honest. I thought it was very
Yeah.
convenient for carrying of games. Although Mandy has this amazing suitcase. Like, oh my god, where is it again?
The
Zuka?
Zuka.
Oh my god, it's like it's super narrow, but like all the games fit in it. I was calling it a suitcase of holding, like it's magical. Like
Such a great
just
name.
keep fitting it there. You're just like, I don't understand why it's so narrow and cute, yet sturdy, and you can sit on it, like it's got a little seat. Anyway, whatever. I
And
want
no,
one.
seriously, that was like the best $300. Yes, it was $300, everybody, but I was a makeup artist. I used it as a makeup kit because that's what it was being sold as, but it's like a professional suitcase, and it has little things you can put in it. So if you don't put games in it, you can actually put clothes and things in these little package things that come inside. It sounds like a lot of money. I've had that bag for a long time, like over 10 years. So anyway, Sorry, had to jump in. Well worth the money, by the way.
I know. Anyway, I've been trying to work on my husband to buy some for my kids.
They're cute, the kids
Oh my god, they're
ones.
so cute.
They're
Anyway,
so
so
cute.
work in progress. But
Okay.
anyway, so we arrived. We had the cute suitcase of holding, and then we're waiting to get the badges, and it's quite the lineup in the end.
Yeah.
So we're waiting, and of course, our names aren't conducive. Hutchinson, Dusablon, like we're on the
Right.
first bit of the alphabet, which apparently is where everyone likes to line up, and
Apparently.
everybody that's like, I don't know, J and later just kind of could just go anyway.
Yeah, was the thing.
But then we finally got there. Actually, well, Mandy got shoved into because they finally called out H as part of this magical street lineup. And he's like, come with me. And I'm like, I can't. They haven't called out D yet. Because that's how much of a rebel I am. She's like, no, you'll be fine. And sure
I'm here
enough,
for it.
yeah, it was nice. Oh, and then we got like our first game of the convention. At the entrance, they gave us Push, which, by the way, Mandy, I have your copy.
I
uh,
was gonna say, I'm like, I don't recall seeing it, but honestly, I haven't opened, unpacked anything. It's just been wild. Anyway, don't judge me.
Anyway, so yeah, and of course we're consolidating games on the way back. So some it in my suitcase and whatever, which is how when I got home I realized that I had two copy of
You had the
Push.
copy. Oh,
Which
hey, Amanda. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. We figured it's Monday. It'll be a little quiet today, but hey, you can hear about Breakout Con with us. Sorry, Steph. I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, it's cool. Sorry, I'm not watching the chat because I'm excited about Push. Well, I'm not
No,
excited.
I get little on my end. I get little sound, so it goes.
Oh,
So I hear
wait,
when
is
people
that Amanda's little character person? Like
they're
there's a little cube, like it looks like a sugar cube with paint on.
yes, that's her. And Tulsa, I think, has popped in there as well. Amanda took Amanda 2 days to fully unpack. Yeah, like, okay, you just said 2 days. We went on the 13th, okay? Like, my little suitcase, I'm busy.
Well,
Ah,
also as we covered, the suitcase fits a lot. Suitcase of holding, like
like,
all the
oh,
games
yeah, I
in
don't know
there.
if you missed that, Amanda. So, I mean, I might get you to repeat this. I mean, I have a suitcase that Stephanie thoroughly enjoyed, and I love the name that she's given it.
Yeah, I'm calling this suitcase of holding because it just all the games fit in it, and it's super small, and it shouldn't fit as much as it does, but it just keeps on taking games, and it just makes no sense.
While
Defies
you're talking, I'm gonna put the
gravity.
link in there so people can, like, if they want to check it out, they can.
I know it's just hilarious because anyway, we're not sponsored by Zuka.
No, we are
However,
not at all.
I mean, I kind of wish we were, because
I
maybe I
mean,
could get one, but
I'll take
yeah.
another. Sorry, I keep
It's
interrupting.
amazing. Anyway, so it's also like really easy to maneuver because it's narrow, right? Like, a lot of suitcases, even though they're carry-on, they're wider than they are deep. Like this one is kind of
Yeah.
shaped the other way, so you can go between seats at the convention. Anyway, whatever. I'll stop with the
Ah,
suitcase. That's not what it is. I was just really impressed with the suitcase, and I'm not a bag person. Like, there's bag people that like bags. I'm not a bag
sure.
person. So
I'm that person.
if I'm raving about a bag, it's because it's serious. Guys. Anyway, so I was talking about Push, which is the game that they gave us at the convention, and I stole Mandy's copy temporarily. So I tried it with my family this weekend. It's it's funny because the first thing I thought when I saw it, I'm like, this looks like Uno,
Oh,
you
it
know?
kinda does a little
Like
bit.
I'm like, it has the graphic design of old-fashioned Uno.
Has the
Uh,
chat heard of this game before? I've not, so
I hadn't
but
either.
it's called Push, you said?
Yeah.
Push? Okay,
So
yeah.
this is the box cover, so to speak.
Yeah.
Sorry, the tape's a bit loose. Anyway, all this to say, it's obviously a push your luck game. Um, and it's actually, yeah, no, it's actually more fun than I was expecting, especially again with the
Yeah.
graphic design. I was like, oh, is that going to be, it's fun. I mean, it's a family game. Like it's one that I'm like, I'll mostly end up playing with. Yeah, I was thinking my kids and my parents together. It'll be
Yeah.
very funny. My kids were not. My small one, she's like a little daredevil all the time. So watching her push, I'm like, you should really stop now. She's like, no, and
I
inevitably
must.
busts. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's not fair. I'm like, dude. Like, oh,
No, I'm glad you got to play it though. And for those of you just coming in, we are going to be showing some of the things that we picked up. So, I know I saw Eva Machine potentially in the chat. I know we've talked about solo RPGs or just RPGs, and we did pick up a few things. So, if y'all stick around for a little bit, we'll go through some of the stuff that we did pick up as well.
yeah. So anyway, that was my little small parenthesis about push that I get to play this weekend with my kids. And yeah, no, actually pretty cute. Like I said, family game. I don't think I'd take it to a game night necessarily, but
Okay.
family gameplay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. And there you go, Eva Machine. I knew I saw you poking in there. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. So this is a lot of the people that come to my solo stream stuff. So this is why I'm like,
Oh,
we're on first screen name basis kind of thing.
all right, all right.
So you got push played. Good. That's good to know. And Amanda was saying in the chat that she enjoyed it. She said it was very fun.
Well,
So
it's very like it's very easy to do. It's a very good, in my opinion, implementation of a push your luck. Like it works really well,
yeah.
and again, it's not intimidating to, I'll say, casual players.
Yeah, that's all right though. Okay, that's cool. All right, so looking forward to that. So there you go. So Stephanie has now enjoyed the game Push. Really likes the Zuka luggage. I put the link in the chat if anyone wants to check it out. It is expensive, but like I said, I've had mine forever, and the model that I specifically threw in there is the one I have. Just FYI. But yeah, so it fits a lot of games. Looks small, and you can use it as a seat. So that's always really fun. Yeah, so we had the registration. That didn't take too long, I don't think.
No, it wasn't super long. Just,
Okay.
long enough to practice your French, and
Yes, and I won't speak it on here, not because I don't want to,
she
but
was doing great, guys.
oh, I appreciate that. It makes me stressed when I have to practice because you want it to be really good. These closed captions will make it not. It'll be a little garbly,
Oh
so
yeah,
that's
no,
the
you don't
reason
want
why
to
I
see that.
can't. So
You don't want to see that.
so I could demonstrate, but another time, alas. Yeah. So the convention too, the floor, there were lots of rooms to play games, like rooms because it's like a hotel, right? And then there were the vendors, like they had like a little vendor area, and some of the publishers were in their own kind of rooms as well. And there was like the big hall. We avoided that. We kind of just stayed
We
in one of the
did, we
side
did.
rooms,
But it was a
and
good side room, and we had this great little
yeah,
table in the corner. It was
it
good.
was
Oh,
very strong.
sorry,
Oh,
bobcat.
hello, kitty.
Oh, come on, dude. Ugh.
We need like a kitty camera. You need to have like a separate
No, but
camera,
see,
the
like
cat
everybody's
cam.
here. Do you see the other one over there?
I love
Like
it. This is so
it's just
okay.
like all the
Chat,
cats.
come on. Don't. I mean, I love a good pet in the shot. You all see my dogs in the screen. I'm telling you, you need a kitty cam. I think.
Okay.
And Amanda just said, "Hi, kitties." See,
He's
Eva
going in his
Machine.
box now. I actually have a box just for him, like next to my
The
desk.
chat is not mad at the cats. So, yeah, so that was really it for games wise. Like, it was chill. Like, it wasn't a working con. We did a little recording, so I want to put something on the podcast with Steph, like our experience. But yeah, and then we met some really cool people that we had met before, got to play games. A couple of people that just, hey, they were looking for someone to play games with, and hey, join us. So that was fun.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so why do I think people will want to see maybe some of the things we purchased at the con?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. I figured as much. Now, hopefully my camera's not giving me the business. I swear to you, I'm like, was ready to throw my computer out, even though it's new. Okay. So, is it working?
Yes,
Hey-oh.
it's beautiful.
Okay, perfect. So, let's, do you want to go first, Steph?
Well, I just talked about push, so I think.
Okay,
over to
sure.
you.
I mean, I could show something. I won't show the one we both have. I'll just show something a little silly. So, the first thing, and then I'm going to show all of you. Sorry, my microphone's on this side. My apologies. I gotta switch over here. There we go. Ooh, and that's really loud. I'm so sorry.
Actually, I don't think we heard it.
Heard what?
The loud.
Oh, okay. No, it's,
Oh, yeah.
sorry.
I just realized what you were showing.
No, it's okay. I'm going to move my camera though. So, there we go. No, what happens is my other microphone is like right by my face, and I can see the thing bounce, and when it goes into the red, I'm like, oh god, I'm like yelling in everyone's ear. So yeah, like now it's so loud. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. So the first thing, oh yeah, the dice. So I'm trying to find the middle. There we go. So I bought
You
these
should have seen
dice.
Mandy when she saw those.
I was very excited, everybody. Like very excited about these dice. Okay, let me just turn this mic down. It's so loud. Okay, there we go. That's better. Yeah, they're huge. I mean,
They're huge.
more dice. And like, okay, so Amanda, come on. Can you imagine if we had these? So Amanda and I are part of the Rose Gauntlet Foundation, and we're trying to find somebody who makes dice. These would be, okay, these might be a little obsessed, like a little large, but like, come on a stream, like, look how nice they show up. And like, I don't know how they roll. I mean, they roll not bad, actually. They're heavy, right? It'd be so awesome. Anyway, Amanda knows exactly what I'm talking about. So I just bought these. If they had more colors, I would have bought more, but the colors they had were not colors that I was like super into. So I like pink, purple, black. I was into it. So
It was also
yeah.
funny if you want to see, like, Mandy's looking at them going, I like them. I think I should buy them. And then I'm not sure what friend I'm supposed to be, right? Like the friend that protects the wallet or the friends that enable the dice.
Yeah.
So I try to like go midway, right? And go like, well, do you really need more
I
dice?
sure don't.
Which we all know she doesn't, but then the way she responds tells me which kind of friend I'm supposed to be right now. And then
Exactly.
she says, well, these are so big, they'd be great for streaming. I'm like, oh my God, you're so right.
This is it. And we'll talk a little
There we
bit
go.
more at the end of this about what we're like streaming if you missed the first bit, but I thought these were cool. Stephanie was like, yes, very cool. So that's like my first thing we're going to talk about. Don't worry. What we're building up here, it's going to get much more exciting. So, uh, Amanda, yes, you start off with a little pushback and then support the purchase.
Exactly.
Exactly right. Okay, so now Stephanie's going to be on the screen twice. So I have the luxury of having a very multi-camera setup thing. Stephanie does not. So you're going to see her beautiful face on the side and also very large.
Gonna hide. I was
So
gonna
let
say.
me there we go. Let me pull that up. All right, there you go, Steph. You're on the big screen.
I'll get the first purchase and I'll make it big so that you can't see me so much. So the first thing we did when we got there, which was Thursday night before the con began, is that we went to 401 game because Mindy was looking for, was it Dove Romantic?
Yeah, I was looking for Dofromantic Sakura and
Yes.
something else, but yeah.
Anyway, so we ended up there, and of course, we ended up by the RPG section. And then I see that they have some solo RPGs, which is really hard to find in stores normally. So I'm like, hey, want us to like support that stuff. So I got myself a copy of Dwelling, which is actually a game I'd been like eyeing a lot. But as you know, a lot of those smaller indie games, like they're not that easy to find, and you have to pay
Yeah.
for shipping, and you're like, oh, I'm paying $20 for shipping, $20 for the game. Anyway, the usual dilemma of the solo RPG that likes indie stuff. And so anyway, I decided to fight it no more and took it home. I actually managed to play it this weekend,
You d-
so I'm gonna be putting a video on that.
Wow, I'm so jealous.
Oh yeah,
Okay, so for those who don't
uh-huh.
know, I have this game. I have not played it. I have the other version. So Steph got the full amazing version. I only have the first part.
Amazing
So
version.
maybe can you show a little bit about it, Steph, if
Yeah.
everyone's interested? I'm not sure.
So, all right. So it's a game about basically traveling through a haunted house, and it comes with some good safety tools. Well, first, it comes with a bookmark, which is fairly handy
Mm.
when one is reading a book. But on the back, it has a little reminder of "Are you still having fun?" So I'm gonna try to get it to focus. Not sure it's too hard.
That's okay. We can see it because I made it
Yeah.
so big, like you can see it.
Okay,
So as long as you
good.
just put it on the
Anyway, so
screen,
it
you're good.
says like, are you still having fun? Are you neutral? Do you need to take a break? That sort of thing. And it has this keyhole, which is also a safety tool. And the way this works is that as you go through this haunted house and summon ghosts, I'll just take the first page so you can see it.
Mm.
Doop, 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 doop. Here we go. For example, this is the very first page, so I'm not spoiling much of anything.
Yeah.
Um, you can see the bedroom, and basically you'll have to you're encouraged to draw the ghost in, or you can put in a piece of paper and put it in there. And then you're gonna have prompts that speaks to you about what you're feeling and the kind of ghost that it is and the kind of memory that it echoes within you.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, because that sort of thing could lead to unintentional triggers, at the back of the book there's like little summary of each room and sort of what they uh, they might actually trigger. So just to show you, for example, they'll show you like, okay, so this room, this is the prompts that they have.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to read it or anything, but basically if you're not sure if you want to face whatever is in there, you can read this. And if you're afraid that it's going to have negative impact, you can use what they call the keyhole. So instead of entering the room, you can look at it through the keyhole, and instead of reading the actual prompt, you can use this alternate prompt here, which is just slightly less dramatic, I suppose.
Yeah. Was the new
Evocation.
was the new content like an addition to, or does it just like is it an expansion or no? Like it actually goes into the main
Oh,
story.
no, it actually also has basically, I believe it is the what they call the addition.
Ah, okay. I wasn't sure.
So there is additional rooms basically, or additional setup. For example, the living room exists as part of their usual game,
Right.
but then there's like a whole new prompt for living room. So yeah, so there's basically additional room. There is yeah, it's a cool game. It's very I find it funny actually. I should put that in my video.
Yeah.
It's a bring your own ghost game.
Ah, I love
uh,
that.
no, sorry, this is my interpretation, but
Okay.
basically, like, it's not like it doesn't describe, like, I mean, I'll talk about like a dark shadow looming over the ceiling
Sure.
type situation, but then how you feel and what it does is like it's mostly to give you prompt for you to generate. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah. So basically, which I guess is the issue, is that the line between character and player can get blurred when you're evoking memories. Like
Right.
at that point, are you dipping into your character's imagined memories, or did you just tap into something of your own that maybe you weren't ready for?
Hmm.
Which is why there's a big emphasis on safety. Having said that, however, I played through this game, and again, to be fair, like acknowledging luck in life, like I did not encounter any difficulties playing through this game, but I could see how some prompt particularly could hit certain spots if you know one has
Yeah.
more difficult experiences.
Okay. And that one is it mostly journaling? Here, I won't put your face on the screen. I feel bad. I don't, or yeah, but no, if you're gonna show something, I'll leave you up.
No,
But
no, actually, it's not. Well, I'm just going to show quick.
yeah. Oh,
It's
take
not
your time.
really journaling. So basically, what you're encouraged to do is draw a ghost in the room that you're in, and then write a little memory as to how you feel, but like how much of that is like it's suggested to be like a little scrap of paper. Like
Hmm.
it's not, doesn't have to be. So this is one that I actually didn't write anything. Again, I didn't have any like. I found it easy to just imagine the ghost on my piece of paper.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of works. And then I just kind of thought about my memory and then moved on to the next room. Now again, I did have also the luxury of a weekend
Hmm.
that wasn't too busy, so it was easy for me to get it played in close succession. So I
That's
didn't have to
great.
like remember.
Yeah. How long did it take you here? I'll
Oh
take
my
you
god,
first. No? That's not bad. Like mine's been sitting there forever, and now I have no excuse because I have the actual physical book. So I should really like I backed that when it first came out. So Steph's embarrassing me because she did it so fast that I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get around to it. Hmm. Strong. Oh, sorry. Hold on. They lost you. One sec, Steph. Oh, I know why. Yep. Sorry. I know exactly what happened. No, it's me.
okay.
Hold
I'm
on.
like, did I hit something? I don't know.
It's because I muted you on
Oh
both lines, and for some reason it anyway. Give me one moment, please.
my cat.
There we go. I should have muted you uh on the large. So let me know. Thank you all for letting me know. See, my chat is on it. I love it. Let
That's
me
good.
know if you can hear. Yeah, exactly. It's because I had you on both, and what happens is it would be an echo if I left both sound on. So
Right.
sorry, Steph. You might have to repeat that last bit that you said about dwelling.
Well, dwelling. Played in a few hours. Very smooth. I don't know what I was saying. I was just talking.
Okay, I think we just said yeah, like you played in a couple of hours, and yes, Christian, thanks for popping in. Yeah, the joys of doing it live, and I think I saw somebody else in there, Branchlings, perhaps. Thank you for letting me know about the sound.
Oh yeah, I think I was talking about how it won all of the awards of the world.
That's it.
Um,
So yes, you
yes,
had a list. That's exactly what you're saying. It won
yes.
the Ennies, and sorry, you said a few others.
Yes, it was the best game of 2022. Nominee for Tabletop Design Award from, oh, that's small. IndieCardy, I think.
Okay.
IndieCard. And then winner of Judges Spotlight Award from the Ennies, which is not nothing. Let's put it that way. Like it's huge for a small indie. So cool design space, very unique
Yeah.
in its construction.
No, it's good. And like I said, I was telling everyone, I've had it for a while. I'm glad, Steph, that you were able to play it. So if you're not huge into journaling, there you go. So
Yeah.
it's not a massively journaling RPG. And then if you get the new version, like the one you have, you get the edition. The version I have does not have that, and I think it's kind of expensive. If you have to buy them separately, ideally it's cheaper, or I shouldn't say necessarily cheaper, but it's better if you can buy them together. So, oh, now you make me want to play it. All right, all right.
Well, I think it'd be up your alley too. Not too much journaling and kind of horror-y, like.
Yeah, which is why they recommended it to me. I just got to play it. So now we'll swing over to this little number. Oh, great. Hold on. Of course, it decided to do this, so now it's like backwards. One
I have
moment,
a whole
please.
new tale of enabling around this one if anybody's interested. Continue, Mandy.
Oh, okay. Not sure what's going on there. Sorry, the light's making that a bit annoying, but that's fine. So, oh my gosh. So, well, let's talk about this. I'm very upset about this. Yes, I don't care. I'm sharing. Yeah, when I got the book, I didn't notice it at first. It was totally blown out. I'm not one to complain. This bothers me because now it shreds the whole, and this wasn't cheap either.
No, it wasn't.
So I won't say what store I bought it at, but I did buy it at a store. So, just as when you're going in there, maybe just double check for yourselves when you're purchasing. So, yeah. So Shiver is not specifically a solo RPG, but you can play it solo. And I think, Steph, you were saying you have something that could work for this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it could work with Mythics, Game Master Emulator, for example.
Right, that's what you were saying. So that is something that could be done with, and that's something we'll have to talk about later. But I mean, I'm also happy to play this with just you as well, a 2-player game. Has anybody in the chat heard of Shiver? I initially didn't back it because I was like, oh, I don't think you can play it solo, but then they're saying you can. So there's that, and the whole premise is like you're creating like a movie, and you're kind of like the writer and producer of this said movie. And whoops, that's the other one I was looking for. That's for another show and tell, which we'll get to. I was wondering where I put that. And let me just see if I can turn to a page so you can see. So this is the base book here, and it walks you through a little bit of like some of the characters. These are dice symbols, and we're going to talk about that. Finding the dice was a whole rigmarole, as Steph is the one who excitedly called me. Mandy, I was in the other hall. I found the dice, because where I bought this book, they didn't have the dice. Didn't know when they were getting it in. I'm like, well, I guess I just won't be able to do the dice. And Steph sussed out the dice. So I'll show you what those look like in a second.
I
But
was
this
looking a
is...
little crazy at the booth.
I know, I was so
I was like,
excited.
oh my god, are those Shiver dice?
And I don't usually buy dice for RPGs, like special. I have so many dice, but this one, I don't know, it seems kind of warranted. I mean, you don't have to, it just makes life easier. They do have an app that allows you to kind of use the dice versus like electronically, but I like to roll the dice. I like to feel the dice. So sorry, I had to get the dice. But it goes through like many RPGs. Like, I like the fact that it has like trees for some of the abilities, characters, or scenes that you're working on. So for example, like if I pick the socialite, it gives you pathing, but it also gives you kind of like a video game where it gives you like the tech trees or your ability trees, and I'm here for that. I haven't read through a lot of these yet. I've just kind of like quickly did a skim when I was purchasing. It's just been really busy. But the base game takes you through a lot of the rules, character sheets here, which is nice. Again, I usually just photocopy these to use or use them electronically because I use a iPad. Does anybody else do that? I use an iPad. Steph has a very fancy thing for solo RPGs. I'm a little jealous. So I have to use my iPad. It's a one Apple product I own, but I put a paper filter thing on top so it feels like paper when I write with a pen. It's very cool.
It actually makes the sound.
Yes, it's like, that like resistance.
Nice.
Anyway, so you get the idea for that. So that's just the base book, and it goes through how you can like build your character, scenes, that sort of thing. So Shivers, this is the base book, and then they recommended if I was going to be playing it solo, or even if not, I mean, it still gives you ideas. They recommended the Cursed Library. What did they call this? It's like it gives you ideas. That's not a compendium, maybe? I don't know, something along those lines. I'm sorry, the words are escaping me. But if you're like, oh gosh, I have no idea how to set a scene or how to start this in any shape or way, like set the scene for what you're trying to do, this gives you ideas. So it tells you like how the scene is, like the setting, and then potentially some notes, like your director's notes that you could use to direct people in your crew, or if you're doing it solo. And what I like about it is they have different types of movies. Like they're not all creepy and scary. Now, all the ones I'm showing you seem to be full of violence, but I'm sorry. I'm trying to find one that's not violent, but they do have other ones that are not all about killing, although that does say dark prospects, so I feel like that could go very nice and romantic, and then just, you know, maybe death and murder later. Don't know. But that's up to you. You don't.
It starts cute, then it's death and
And
murder.
then it's death and murder. I'm sorry. I mean, I like horror type themes, but you don't have to do it exactly as this. Is just to help you, give you some ideas and things like that. Although everything I'm showing you in this book looks fairly dark. I'm sorry. But you get the idea of where we're going. So that was an added piece that I bought. So if I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so stuck in this book, they recommended this to kind of help you get some ideas of getting your movie started. And you can journal it if you're doing it more of a solo or using the emulator, like Steph, you were saying, which I haven't looked at. I mean, I looked at it when you did the video, but I haven't had a chance to fully look at it. And these are the dice. So, ooh, it's a little shiny there. These are the dice that came with it. So as you can see, they have symbols on them. So yes, I could have just used the app. Yes, I probably could have made allowances of doing it. I'm at the age now, I'm too tired and I just don't have the patience. So this is where I'm like, let me just buy the dice that go with the game and we'll make it work. And thank you, Steph, for finding these. It was a struggle. There are also another set of dice. I think it's like enemy dice or boss dice. They look the same, but they are slightly different. They said you could play with either, and they have metal dice. I don't like metal dice. I stuck with these ones. So I think the main book I paid about in store, I think I paid about 60, but I think it retails for about 75 online. And the compendium part, I think this was around $45 or $50 for this. And the dice, I don't remember off the top of my head. Do you remember, Steph? 30 bucks? Something
I
like
want to say
that?
20
25?
actually. I feel like it was 20.
Yeah, maybe 20 for the dice. So, yeah. So, I mean, it's not cheap, but they're hardcover. And I mean, I don't mind spending the money for quality. So that is Shiver. So that was one of my purchases.
Oh, and if you want to know why Mandy doesn't remember what any of that cost, it's because she decided to buy me something that I'm sure threw off her bill at the same
I
booth.
don't know what you're talking about.
So Mandy decided to give me a present,
Oh wait, let me
and
pull you up here. Hold on now. I just want to make
because it
sure.
was my birthday weekend, which I was trying to keep quiet, but then I left it off because of something else, which will come later as a story. But Mandy got me How to Be a Cat.
Oh, y'all are
Baby.
so saying. Oh, thanks,
Be like a
Amanda.
cat.
Now, hopefully, y'all
Is it
can
what?
hear Steph. I've been turning stuff on and off here, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Let me know if you can't hear me. But see, this is a game by Critical Kit. Actually did a review and own their Be Like a Crow
Yes, I remember
RPG.
that one. Uh-huh.
Um,
Thank you, Amanda.
but I mean, look, this one's about cats. It also kind of looked. I just skimmed. I haven't really looked at this one because I was busy with dwelling. But one at a time. But it looks like they might have a little bit extra uh, prompts compared to Be Like a Crow. I'll do a side by side when I do my review of this. But basically, you're a cat, and then you basically choose your setting. So you could be an urban cat, so contemporary cat.
Hmm.
It could be a brave Mew world. Get it? Meow world, which is a cyberpunk universe. Uh, the Book of Basset, which is set in ancient Egypt. I might actually do that because, yeah. Perfect Storm, which is pirate, and Star Paws, which is cats in space.
And before you keep going, Steph, Evil Machine is saying, I've seen this game and I really want to play it.
Okay, well, let me convince you. See that? Come on, can you resist this?
That is so cute. That is very cute. Yeah, I love
Anyway,
it.
so yeah, so basically, chapter 1, sharpen your claw. Chapter 2, kitty creation. Chapter 3, the core rules. Then some scenarios, and yeah. So again, I haven't done much more than like just kind of look at the pretty cat pictures
Okay, well, show
and
us some
dream.
of the cat pictures.
Oh, but they're so pretty. Okay, fine, fine. Here you go. See, actually, here, just look at the back. See that? Love it. Hold on.
So is this one more
Uh,
journaling stuff or?
yeah, this one would be more journaling, or I expect
Okay.
it to be more journaling.
Okay. Okay. So I know we haven't played it yet.
Based on Be Like a Crow. Be Like a Crow also had a bit of a map component.
Mm.
I think this one does too, but I think it's a different kind of map. Here, I'll show you the cat sheet, aka the player sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, here we go. Yep, focus, weird. Okay. No.
Ah, that's so fun. Prowl, hunt, mark, preen. Oh my gosh, there's so many things.
There's a cat at the bottom. There's cats everywhere. Okay, so anyway, yeah.
And they're dice, eh?
I
That
think
came
it's
with
gonna
this
be
one?
fun. They did create dice, I think, for the
Okay.
Kickstarter.
I wasn't sure.
Uh, I mean, I have cat dice, obviously,
Oh,
so
yes.
I think I'll be okay. Because who doesn't have their own cat dice? So
I do have
yeah.
cat dice as well, so yes, that is a good statement.
Uh, anyway, I will be reporting back on this one once I've had a time to play, but I have high hopes. Oh yeah, there you go. See, there's the
Yeah.
bit of a movement thing, so which is why I was thinking that there
Ah.
might be a map component.
Oh, neat. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So more to come once I've had
Does
more
it come
time to
with maps and
explore.
stuff in there, or do you just have to build it? Like, I have an RPG one that I'm like, it doesn't, I have to make the, like, it's a hex map, but I wasn't sure.
Well, it has the territory tracker, so
Okay.
it does have that, but it really kind of looks like a regular sort of, you know, grid,
Yeah.
paper grid, you know.
Yeah. And Evo
So
Machine, have you played, what's the other one? The Crow one is called what now, Steph?
be like a crow.
Be Like a Crow. So I don't know if you've played that one, but, and I would love to hear your opinions after you play, Steph, this one, because I know you've played the
Yeah.
other one. So to get your,
No, no, I'll definitely circle back on this one because hey, first it was a present, second it's a bad cat, so
there you go.
sold.
So for those looking to get that one, for price wise, don't worry. Steph was there. She knows what it costs. I think it was like around 35 Canadian, something like that. Yeah,
Some around there.
around there. It might be more, slightly more or less, but we got it at the Indie. Why can I never remember the full name of this? Indie.
Press Revolution.
Thank you. I want to call it something else because I know another group, Indie Press Revolution, and they are local to us actually, which made me very happy to know. So
Okay, well,
yeah, I know. I was a little upset because I'm like, great, I've been buying all these things at Gen Con and they're here.
yeah.
That's my own fault. Okay. so so that is a very cute one. I think if it was less journaling, I'd be into it. I like journaling. I just have a lot of them. So I'm trying to diversify. So, but it does look very, very cute. Okay, so
Well,
now,
no, but I get your point. I think
yeah,
I started diversifying a bit too because I also did a lot of journaling. Now I'm like, okay,
you're like, I need a
let's
little break.
explore.
Let's
Let's
explore.
explore.
All right, let me pop you down here. Sorry, I'm manning a few cameras here. Let me just put Steph's sound back on here. Okay, Steph, can you talk, please?
I can always talk.
Perfect. All
It's
right.
just
So I want to make sure your sound is working. And it is. Okay, so that's still working. Good. Okay, so now I'll do a small one because the next one you're going to talk about, I think we both have. Okay. Unless,
actually. Do you want to show that one? Well, when
yeah,
I
yeah,
come
I
time to
can. Yeah,
talk,
yeah. While you talk
you
about
have
it,
a
I
better
can show
camera
it. So
system,
let me
yeah.
show this one first and then we'll switch to
Okay.
that one. So Godspark is one that I had looked up online, and before we went, we decided we're like, oh, let's look up ones that are solo playable, either journal, dungeon crawl, activity based. Like, I feel like there are so many words to describe these, but I wanted one that was less journaling. I don't mind a darker theme. I know, and I don't want to speak for Steph. Steph may also, but I know you tend to gravitate toward more the cozier type games, but
I do a lot of cute. That's like just good, cozy, whimsy, animal themed, the usual.
no, and I think that's great. And I personally, I also enjoy those. I also like darker, sometimes Souls games too. So this one caught my eye. Again, I don't know if Steph, she might play this one. Again, I haven't had a chance to look at it. But this one definitely is more in the vibe of not journaling, more activity kind of base, or potentially like combat and whatnot. It's not a very long one. Like the book is fairly short. I won't go through all of it, but I do like things that give you a quick start. Anything that gets you going right away is really good for me, just because I'm like, I get so stressed when I have to read through pages of rules. I'm like, oh my gosh, can we just get to the point? Yes, I'm impatient. Okay. So I like
I
that
think
it
we've
tells
all been
you,
there.
I know, but it tells you like what you need to play, tells you abbreviations. See how short this is, everybody? So if you're like me, neurospicy, this might be for you. And then how to get started quickly. I like that. So this is something that I would be looking forward to. I won't give away too many things, but it does look like a lot of, here's a thing, read this passage, read it, and then go to said page. Now let me see, just one second. Here we go. Just want to get to that page here that I was looking for. La, 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 la. Okay, here we go. So there are pages where you go into exploration, and then this is like the turn of whatever you're battling potentially. And then you get to look at your different abilities or powers that you can acquire. So I'm about that life. I don't know. I'm playing Avowed right now, so I'm all into like character building and whatnot, RPG style. And we won't go into too much more detail here, but there was one more thing I wanted to show you. Hold on. Here we go. So this kind of tells you how to play 2-player. So if you want to do more of a 2-player game, you can do that as well, which I'm here for, how to set it up. And they give you an example. Sorry, I'm showing you these things because I think these things are good. And then if you're playing with cards, which is what they recommend you can play with this card, with this game, is you can use cards, and then it tells you, like a lot of solo RPGs, a chart of what the cards mean potentially in your game. And then they do use relics and whatnot, but I think that's through the card play. Okay. So again, I haven't had a chance to fully go through it, and then here's the gives you a look at the. So this one does give you a map. Sometimes when I play these, they don't give you a hex map, which is fine. I can just make one or find one online. But I like when they make my life easy. So this one definitely seems to be geared towards people having an easier play solo. There does seem to be a combat, character building, like for combat and using those skills, and then some cards and interpreting those cards based on what you pull. So I'm excited to try this one. Add it to the pile. But Godspark, there you go. You have their spark. Don't waste it. These little ones are kind of fun to try. So they're really nice when you just want to try something quick and not as journaly. Maybe a bit of combat in there. So there you go. So that's Godspark. All right. So I will show this one. Steph will talk about it. I think this is probably the last one, unless... Oh, no, you have some cards, too, that you want to quickly show as well. So
we both got it.
We both have this
Which is going to be fantastic.
And feel free, by the way, to ask questions in the chat. Like, you were not in... Like, if you have any questions about them and whatnot, please feel free to do so. Hold on. I think there's something in here. All right. All right, Steph, do you want to... Oh, yeah, there's tons of stuff in here. Oh, my gosh. What did I shove in here? All right.
Everything,
apparently. What? All right.
So I'll talk a bit about it, and then you can maybe talk about it. I don't know. So, okay, first of all, why did we buy this? Because the cover is so pretty, guys.
So pretty.
So it's called the Almanac of Sanguine Paths, and the tiny little words at the bottom right says, "Don't bite the messenger."
Aww.
In this game, we are werewolves. I don't know if some of you are familiar with a game called Dead Letter Society, which is another solo RPG, solo/2-player, I think also, which is about vampires exchanging letters. So this is by the same author. It is fully compatible with Dead Letter Society. But in this case, we are werewolves instead of vampires. And that's basically all I know about it.
You be both.
But okay, why? Okay, to be clear, Dead Letter Society was on my short list also, like right next to Dwelling. Like very short list, because I like the idea, because again, it's not really journaling as much as your character writes a letter and you establish at the beginning of your game how many letters long your game will be. And playing 2-player, you can exchange game with another, exchange letters with the other player as your characters exchange letters, which I think is very cool. So that's it, and it's just look, like flipping through it. It is very beautiful book. Like the art, the layout, the colors, it's gorgeous. It runs on a tarot deck for prompts. I haven't looked at much of that either, but I do know that you need some players. We need the thing. Let me just check out what you need to play if there's something else.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see. And at the back too, it tells you exactly what you need, like 1 to 2 players, no game master, plays asynchronously. So over weeks, whatever, it doesn't have to be all in the same session. Tarot cards, like you were saying. And hey, a few of you watched me play a game with tarot cards. So, you know, that is something that I have and I enjoy.
Anyway, it's a beautiful book.
Oh yeah, and
but it also looks like a really fun game.
And here are the 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands. Like it has talking about a whole section here on Wands. And yeah, I don't know. We just saw it and we're like, oh, that looks really cool. And it does, yeah. I don't know. The Almanac Letter Exchange Services, so it gives you a whole kind of example and play here. So anyway, yeah, we haven't really had a chance to dig into it. We're preparing for another game, which we'll talk a little bit about after this. So I have the screen here, so I might as well show you.
Yeah.
So you can see, because we're gonna be streaming that this weekend. So yeah, so the Almanac of Sanguine Paths is one we're looking forward to playing. Maybe after Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast, which we'll talk about after. So.
Yeah. I'm keeping it for next, I think. That's gonna be
Yeah,
good.
I got a few in the queue here, so that's that. So, did you want to show your deck, Steph? And
Well,
then
just because, yes.
sure, let me.
Finals acquisition of Breakout Con, because of course we need a tarot deck to run the Almanac of Sanguine Paths. And I once said in one of my video that, you don't really need a tarot deck to do soul journaling most of the time.
Yeah.
Well, now I have several. Because look, guys, it's the kitten tarot. Now I know it's not a perfect fit to like werewolf, but it's like better than the dragon team one that I have.
Yeah.
And like it is so adorable. Let me show you some of those cats. So we have like the fool. Sorry. I'm not like super like knowledgeable about tarot. Like I'm
You know
not
more than
sure,
I
but
do, so I mean.
like it's cute. And hold on, let me find the Eight of Cup. I think was the one is the most hilarious thing of all time.
Oh yeah, there was one I was literally like, yeah, this is me when I have my big back summer.
So as we were like playing games during the con, I was just looking through these images because they are
Yeah, that's
so
it. That's me right
adorable.
there.
Like, look at it. Like, anyway, like Five of Cups. We have like mice.
Amanda's loving it. Amanda says I love it.
Like, anyway, I have several games for which these would thematically work because I think they would also work well with anything witchy. Because
uh,
cat best
of
friend.
course. And Amanda's a question for you. What's the
Yep.
name of this set?
Oh, it's just called the Kitten Tarot.
Okay, I'll write it in the chat here. Okay. Here we
It
go.
doesn't have like there's a lack of information about anything. Like it just says the Kitten Tarot and 78 card deck. Like that, like no credits to like artists, publisher. Like it's the but again, it was at the Indie Press Revolution booth, so
Yeah.
it's possible that this was just a very small indie production, and that's why it's so because again, it doesn't even have a barcode. So
Yeah.
it kind of
So maybe that's just something they brought
it
in.
tends it does tend to suggest
Right.
uh indie work, but
Yeah, so there you
it's
go.
adorable.
No, that's good. So Indie Press
Oh,
Revolution, so you can check out
check out the
there.
army.
That's cute. So, very nice. Very,
I'll stop
very
showing
cute.
you cat
No,
cards.
they're super cute. Listen, I love it.
Okay, I'm done.
Cute decks are hard to find. I get it. So, all right. Let me just make sure. Okay. Perfect. And Amanda's saying I need to find it. So, yeah, we'll try and see if we can get a link after while we're on the next screen. I'll just quickly do this and then we'll pop back over. So yeah, so those are some of the things we picked up at Breakout Con. It was nice to go to a con on the Canada side for us being Canadian. Don't have to worry about dollar exchange, like what you see is what it is kind of thing. So that makes things a little nice for us. We will be streaming this. Oh,
Wait. Before we do that, just one mention, Game of the Con, because I think we should talk about it.
oh, okay. I was gonna
The
do that on
Lord
the
of the
next.
Ring.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, continue.
Yeah,
Then
no.
okay, no, let's
I
close
I
this.
don't have the box here, so I was gonna do it on the next screen. Yes.
Okay, okay, then go ahead.
Remind me though. Yes, that's good. So before we, this is a quick kind of plug.
Yes.
This weekend we're gonna be doing Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast. This is just I took off the cover. This is actually what it looks like. Just when I'm reading it. I don't want it to get ruined. So this is what we're doing. Steph is going to be running it. I'm so excited about this. Like so excited. Okay, maybe I won't show you the locked characters, but this book is massive. Lots of play in here. Anyway, super excited. So this is what we're going to be doing on the weekend, Saturday night at around 7 Eastern. Shameless plug. If you're around, you want to pop in, listen to us, make a really super cute story.
Now, I'm not going to say that this is going to be true of our playthrough, but I don't usually watch whatever actual plays.
Yeah.
Because, like, unless I'm trying to learn how to run a game, so when I see other, like, game master run a game, I'll watch an actual play, but, like, I don't find them enjoyable to watch unless it's Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast. That is the actual play that I enjoy listening to, which is why I bought this not inexpensive book, even though it does not play solo. And I do have a personal rule that if it doesn't play solo, we shouldn't buy it. But then I dropped like $100 on this book.
Both of us. Like, it doesn't play solo. It's been sitting on my shelf. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to play this. I'm just going to read it. And I'll be like, yeah, okay.
Oh, I have absolutely read the whole thing. Well, not every single adventure, but there's like snippet of the stories of the bed and breakfast. And it's just...
That was my plan. So we actually got a group together, and I'm hoping if it goes well, we'll be able to play several chapters over the year. So
Yeah.
we'll
And
see.
to make this sound super exciting, on Saturdays, we're gonna be role playing laundry. I honestly can't wait.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so shameless plug over. That's it. That wasn't part of the con, but I shot and throw it out there. I
Yes,
had the
yes,
table open and I got to set up for
yes.
that for next time. All right. So I got to swing back over here. One moment, please. All right. Now we're going to talk about. Oh, let me just make sure that everyone's sound is working. Nope.
Nope.
There we go. Now
Nope.
your sound is
Ah,
working. It
excellent.
was off. Okay, so now you are back on track. So now, Steph, you brought up games that stood out, and we won't take too much time, but we wanted to finish off with that. So, Steph, go ahead.
Well, I just want to at least
Yeah, no, it's
mention
good.
because I was blown away by this game, sadly called Lord of the Ring, The Fellowship of the Ring, the trick taking game. Good
It was
luck
like
searching for
the
that.
longest time title ever. I was like, oh my gosh,
It is god awful as a title. As a game, though, oh my
it's very
god.
strong.
Oh my god. Like the most fun I've had trick taking ever. And I contextually also I'm not like the biggest fan of trick taking. Mandy and I
Yeah,
have played a fair bit of Claim and I got a lot of fun out of it.
I love trick taking.
But oh my god, that co-op trick taking with like different characters that do different goals, it's it was amazing.
Yeah, thanks, Liver. Thanks for popping in. So I love trick taking, and this game was like super strong. You're out. Oh, you're out eating for dinner. Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate you just popping in, even say hi. Thanks so much. And Amanda found the deck, by the way,
Oh,
Steph.
she did good.
It's
Good.
on Etsy.
That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, great. So if anyone's looking for that one. Yeah, so trick taking, love it. Loved this game. It's a campaign game, and we played through I think we got stuck on was it chapter 9?
Oh, chapter 9. Chapter 9. I'll remember chapter 9 forever.
Chapter 9 was the devil.
Well,
But we
it's just
got
because
there.
of Glorfindel, man. That guy just wants all the glory, and it just ugh.
It was awful. I was like,
The
seriously, I will
only
see your
thing worse
face.
than him is Boromir.
Oh, Boromir was so
Ah,
annoying.
Boromir.
Yeah, so that's the thing, everybody. So now I'm like, now that we've played this, I have the One Ring RPG, and I've been meaning to play it solo forever. And I'm like, oh, this kind of like intrigued my interest again to get on it because it's a big one. So maybe I can convince Steph to at least do a two-player game with me. We'll see one day. Yeah, we're on chapter. What are we on? 11, 12, something like
Actually,
that.
we're at 16 now.
Oh, we're at 16. Oh, great. So
Yeah.
we don't have that much left to play. So anyway, all that to say, that was the game we really enjoyed. You can play it solo. When you play with two players, you have quote unquote a dummy player, but it's really not that hard to manage.
No, it's like that pyramid, and I do think it's like my god, Seven Wonders Jewel?
Yeah.
Two-player Seven Wonder with the pyramid, with the cards, and then as you remove the base, you can reveal the cards higher up. Uh, actually, I think it's definitely easier
Mm.
two-player than with more, but man, I was blown away by that game. We couldn't stop playing. We played it like the entire train ride back, which was what, like 5 hours? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Like it was super strong. So very, very glad that we could play that. So say the title again, Steph?
okay, Lord of the Ring, The Fellowship of the Ring, the trick-taking game.
There we go. So yeah. Try it. If you haven't tried it, highly recommend. Very, very, very
I might
good.
actually buy it.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
just
It's good. And you can play it after. I mean, they have a
yeah.
way that you can set it up to play it afterward, and so it changes it up a little bit. So I'm all about replayability. Here for it. So, Slivers, are you out at a convention or just out with the fam? Curious to know. I'm trying to think. There were a couple other games we talked about quickly. We played a lot of the games I had on my shelf that I had since like Essen that I went like years ago, or games that are from Asia. And I was like, oh my gosh, I finally got them to the table. Overparked is newer, and we had a really good time with that one. I think that was Daryl. Is that Daryl Chow? And I think we all enjoyed that one. The other one was called Electro. Oh, what was it?
Polis? Electropolis, was it?
Yeah, Electropolis or something like that. I can't remember the top of my head, but that's another one. These are both games that are I know that one was I got at Essen many years ago. That's a tile laying game. Wow, I am on the struggle bus tonight. And I'm trying to think if there was any other ones. Harmonies, of course.
Oh, wow.
Harmonies is a great game. If you haven't played it, highly recommend you try it. It is on the lighter side,
Oh, but
but it's
Project
quite good.
L was also sorry, it's not a new one or anything, but it has such a satisfying feel to it.
Project L was good, yeah, because we got to play with some of the expansions, so
Yeah.
that was really nice. Oh, For the Queen.
Yes. Oh my god, I can't believe we almost I can't believe almost
How did we
how
forget? No,
correct. No.
it was so good. So if you haven't played For
Still
the
so good.
Queen, we all agreed, and I'm going to talk about this on the podcast, which is dropping this week. So if you want to hear a little bit more about it, and then Steph, you and I talk about it a bit on the podcast as well. I think we do. Yes. For the Queen was such a good game. It's really nice for a convention. Really nice if you want to kind of dabble in the RPG, but you're just like, oh, I'm not really sure. I've never played. We had a variety of experience at the table. It was a blast.
I was surprised. Like, I mean, I expected it to be kind of fun, but it's a very simple design. I'm like, is it really gonna go? And oh my god, God, hilarious! Good
It was
times
so
were
good.
had.
Oh yeah, so I can't stress that one enough. Small box, great to take to convention. That's a Darrington Press game. Seriously, like if you're into RPGs in any way, shape, or form, even if you played it solo, I think it would still be fun. I mean, I think it is meant to be played with a group, but you could play it solo and it would still be fine. For the Queen, strong. So very cool. All right, I think we'll end it there because I think we've been talking a lot tonight. And thank you to everybody who popped in to say hello. And yeah, so Breakout Con was March 14th through 16th, Toronto. I don't think we'll be going back next year. Not because it's bad,
No,
everybody. Things cost money.
it's
Things
so
are expensive.
expensive. So
And
expensive.
Toronto is expensive. So glad we got to do it. And like I said, this was Steph, or your first time going. So glad you were able to experience it. But I think we're going to try to keep it a little closer to home.
Yeah, I think we're all biting a budget this year, but we'll try to do some local stuff
Absolutely. So yeah, so podcast drops on Wednesday, the whatever that date is. I don't know
in
off the
two
top of my head.
days,
It's in yeah, it's in two
right?
days. Let's go
Yeah.
with that. I know this is going to come
Yeah,
out here
that
the
doesn't age
26th.
well, does it? Yeah.
No, it never does. March 26th, 2025. We will be playing Yaziba's Bed and Breakfast. Stephanie will be leading that with Emma and Joe on Saturday. So this coming Saturday, I think that's the 29th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So please feel free to pop in. It'll be like an hour and a half or so stream, maybe 2 hours at most. And that's probably what we're going to do. I have a few things scheduled, but honestly, I got to get ready for this RPG and some other things. So I might do a lighter week because that Saturday stream, I think, is going to be a bit of work. So yeah, so that's it. Um, yeah. So everybody, I hope you have a wonderful evening. Steph, thanks for joining me on this fun discussion.
My pleasure. Thanks for taking me to the Breakout Con and making sure I was safe and having fun the whole time.
Exactly. Now I'm like, I feel bad. Your poor husband's probably like, oh my gosh, can you tell her to stop like making you buy things?
Well, again, he was a little shocked because Mandy, in case you haven't noticed, I have actual equipment now. Because Mandy loaned me headphones and a mic, but there's also like tripods and lighting devices that she loaned me, and it all came in a box. Anyway, so then we got home, and I just put the box in the spare bedroom that I am currently in. And I was at work, and then my husband, I can't remember if he called or texted, but he said something like, "Are we opening a porn studio?" 'Cause it's just like, what with all this filming equipment? I'm like, no, 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 it's not what it looks like.
It's just for streaming, just for streaming. So yeah, those are your headphones now. Welcome to the cat club.
Oh, well, thank you.
Meow. All right, everybody. Thanks, Steph. And thanks to all of you. Have a wonderful evening. And we'll see you later in the week. All right. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.